Hi, this is Ashley, and this is my presentation on the dark side of the internet. So Tor, what exactly is it? Tor, also known as the Onion Router, was initially developed in the early 2000s by the U.S. Naval Research Lab, which enabled people to browse the internet anonymously. Today is a nonprofit organization whose main purpose is to research and develop online privacy tools. So it's a free software that anybody can download onto their computer. It's an open network. It directs internet traffic through complex layers of relays that is ran by volunteers to conceal a user's location and identity. So it prevents people from learning your location, your browsing habits, and it also prevents sites that you visit frequently from learning your physical location. So why is the Tor bad? So like I said, anybody can download it onto their computer. And with an Tor-enabled browser, you have access to the dark web. So the internet is kind of set up into layers. Everyday users like us, we use only 10% of the internet, which is the surface web. So we use it for search engines, social media, looking up basic websites. The other 90% contains the deep web and the dark web. So the deep web allows people with certain passwords to access information, and then the dark web is where most of the content is of criminal nature. So who or what is in the dark web? So there's black markets, hackers, terrorists, hitmen, the selling of illegal drugs, illegal information, political protests. So it's not a whole lot different from the surface web. There's message boards, there's places you can buy things, but the majority of the stuff that you can buy on the dark web is basically anything that's illegal to sell on the surface web. So right here is just an example. A study was done and it shows the content of what is on the dark web. So you can see the majority in the green is drugs, so the selling and buying of illegal drugs. And then next is fraudulent counterfeit activity, black market sites, but there also includes hacking, pornography. The black portion shows other, which because many of the sites are only temporary, so it's very difficult to determine the true size of the dark web and exactly all of its contents. So what exactly is at risk? Your data is at risk. So the people in the dark web, they're selling their services for very little. For example, the very first one says your social security number. Somebody can pay somebody to look up your social security number for only $1, down to somebody paying to get your credit card details for $60, but it can go for as little as 25 cents. So these hackers are hacking into your information. They're buying your private information, your data, and using it illegal ways. So this is what is at risk at the dark web. So this is why people do not like the Tor. But fortunately, it's not all bad. So one common misconception is that Tor is only used by criminals and pedophiles, but that's not true. So some of the dark web is used for good, such as whistleblowing or activism. Everyday people use Tor for privacy purposes, so you and I can use it, law enforcement uses it, human rights activists, activists use it to circumvent censorship, and it allows them to have to be anonymous. The military uses it for secure communication. Journalists may use it to communicate with their sources and do specific research. So not everything that happens on the dark web is bad, but a lot of it is bad. So, although law enforcement and government are trying to crack down on the anonymizing network and the dark web crime rings that are happening in the dark web, we ourselves are not able to spot these dark net surfaces that are intruding into our private data and information. So here's just a couple tips that how you can keep yourself and your data safe. So stay away from the dark web. Make sure that all your software is up to date. Make sure that you're making strong passwords. Be careful on public Wi-Fi. Anybody can access your information when you're on public Wi-Fi. Check your privacy settings on your social media accounts. Look for a padlock or HTTPS in your browser window for security. Be careful when you open and download information from strangers on your email, and then also install a firewall.